I'm building the vanity for my bathroom, and what I've got here are the two side panels that I've already cut out. To do that, the first thing I did was I took a larger sheet of plywood and I cut the ends off close to the right length that I need for these on the miter saw, using my extension things there to do that. Then after I had them cut to rough size, I took them to the table saw and I trimmed them down to final size. And then I had one other thing that I needed to cut on these, and that was the toe kick area here. And whenever possible, I like to do these things on a table saw. So I set it up to do that. These are stop cuts. I cut into the line I marked on the plywood, and then I stopped the saw and waited until the blade stopped before I pulled the wood out. And then to make the other cut, because that block would be loose between the blade and the fence, which is a bad thing, I added an auxiliary fence to my fence so I'd have enough clearance between my fence and the blade to make that cut safely. So I've got these blocks here, I kept them, and what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to add them to the inside of the panel, and what that'll do is it'll allow me to attach the toe kick that goes along the front. I'm using the same type and thickness plywood for the toe kick as for the rest of the cabinet here, so I'm using that as a spacer to space these blocks. And of course, being distracted because I'm filming this, I put it on the wrong side. So I got to pull it off and move it to the other side. Wow. All right, next thing I need to do is cut the stretchers that make up the toe kick and the stretcher above that, and then one for the two for the back actually that will attach it to the wall and keep the side panels the correct distance apart. And for simplicity, I made all of those 3.5 inches, and I'll just cut them from this piece of plywood. Next, I need to cut them to the final length, which is 33.25, but I need to trim off the end first. And I'll do that here on the miter saw, then I'll flip the pieces around and cut the other end. Now once again, I've kept those blocks that I cut off to add to the side panels here so that I'll be able to fasten those stretchers like this, nailing through the back and gluing it on rather than coming through the side so that the nails won't show. So once again, I'm just going to use glue and a couple of 1¼ inch brads to hold those on. Okay, with those blocks added, it's time to start some actual assembly. By adding these stretchers that I talked about, I'm going to glue these in along with some longer brads. I switched out the nails to 1 3/4 so that I'll have a better hold. And then it's just to add the other two in the same way. And then I've got one more to add along the top there at the front. Okay, so the next thing is to get the other side panel on. I've already added glue to the locations where the stretchers are. Okay, now I can flip it over, right side up here, and I've got one more stretcher to add, and it's the one that goes across the bottom here. And that goes in there, but first I gotta get some glue in there. Mainly on this toe kick that goes across. A little on the side here. Certainly can't hurt. Well, to get this in, what I like to do, so I get some glue on each end, is I'll start that end in, push it into the glue, and then I'll start this end in, but I'll actually put it all the way in this time. Spread that apart a little bit. Put it down, make sure it's flush on the front, because that's what's important. And then I can draw a line here And now because this side is against the wall, I'm going to fire a couple of nails in here because they'll never be seen. And I'll leave the other end alone because I've got a face frame that goes on here afterwards, and that'll really add some support over there, as much as I need anyway. All right, speaking of face frame, that's the next thing that I need to build. So I'll set this down on the floor here. Out of the way, let the glue dry while I make the face frame from this piece of maple. I need 4 pieces in total. 3 of them are 1.5 wide, and 1 of them is 2 inches wide. So I'll make this first cut at 1 3/4, and then I'll make the next cut at 2 1/4, and then I can cut those roughly to length at the miter saw. I want to leave enough on the ends here to trim it off to get rid of any snipe that might happen when I'm plating the parts. Now that I've got all the parts planed to the right thickness for the face frame, I'm going to cut them to length. I'm going to start by trimming 2 inches off the end. Like I said, I want to get rid of any possibility of snipe on the end here. And then I can flip it around and cut the other end to length, which is 26 3/8. These 2 pieces make up the, I guess you could say, styles of the face frame. They're the vertical parts. And before I cut the rails, I want to actually attach this one. This is on the outside or the side panel of the cabinet, the part that shows. And I want it to be absolutely flush with this face of the plywood here. And to fasten that, I'm going to use biscuits and glue, and that's it. I'm not going to use any nails. The main thing that I'm looking for here, though, is to get the glue so that it doesn't squeeze out to the front here, because I want to stain this cabinet. So I'm going to put it on the inside, towards the inside here. Now I'm also going to add a clamp right here in the middle, hold it together until the glue sets. Right now I'm adding edge banding to the top of the panel here. And that's to cover that, mainly because of the way this cabinet is. The top is actually the sink, and it comes right out flush with the edge here. You know, you might be able to see in there, and I don't want to be able to see particle board. Also, the edge banding here will help to waterproof that edge. So I'm just going to iron that on both sides, and then trim it off flush. All right, now I've got the bottom rail, you could say, and I've already trimmed the end off clean. I'll put that over against this style, and now I can get a very accurate measurement here to the inside face of this part of the cabinet right here. And then what I'll do is I'll cut the top piece that same length as well. I've flipped the cabinet upside down so that I can attach the bottom rail first. I've made marks where the biscuits will go, and I'll just cut those now. Now I need to get some clamps on this until this dries as well. But I'm not going to stop and wait for it. I'm going to get the other parts done. Alright, once again I've got the cabinet put up on the table saw. I've got the biscuit slots cut for the last piece here. Before I attach this one, I cut the slot in the end for the one that goes here. A little bit of glue on each thing and put it together. Okay, one last thing to do, and that's add a clamp across the top here to pull it in tight. And I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Next time, I'll be finishing the cabinet. And like I said earlier, I'm gonna be staining it a dark color.